All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, we've seen this scenario before where the Dallas Cowboys came into Week 17 of the NFL season needing to win in order to get into the playoffs. For so many years, this scenario played out when Jason Garrett was the head coach of the Cowboys, and typically Dallas would fall short. But this time, the egg is on the face of current Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy. Now, on McCarthy's watch, the Cowboys lost today to the New York Giants 23-19 with one play at the centerpiece of that Dallas loss. Late in the fourth quarter with the Giants driving, Giants quarterback Daniel Jones completed a 10-yard pass to wide receiver Dante Pettis. The play would go on to put the Giants in field goal range, which would allow Graham Gano to kick a 50-yard field goal to give the Giants a 23-19 edge. To me, this was big because it was a 3rd and 16 situation, very questionable at best as to whether or not that Dante Pettis caught that ball. And it took away the momentum for the Cowboys. Why? Because McCarthy had the opportunity to sit back, look at the replay on the big screen. He didn't even have to wait for his assistant coaches up in the booth to buzz him down and say, you know what, you need to go out there and challenge this. He had an opportunity to look at it. He chose not to challenge that. And that was a big play because as opposed to Dallas being down 20-19 and just needing to get into field goal range, they then had no choice but to score a touchdown. And you look at it, Dallas did drive the football down the field. Dallas did get into scoring range. And if it's 20-19 as opposed to 23-19, you're looking at a situation the Giants were, hamstrung in regards to timeouts. So they really couldn't sit back there and milk the clock. Stop the Cowboys from milking the clock. And Dallas basically could have run this clock down to the end and kick the field goal in the waning seconds of the game, run off the field with a record of 7-9. And now, as Washington is playing Philadelphia, Dallas could be sitting at home looking back and saying, you know what, okay, what are our options and can we get into the postseason? It was big. It was a big no call by McCarthy because it killed the Cowboys' momentum. This was a team that at one point was down 20-6. They cut it to 20-19, and they had all of the momentum in the world. And it looked like they were going to take things, take it over, get their first lead of the game, and ride that momentum to a potential NFC East championship. Instead of that, Dallas did get the football at one point down to the Giants' 4-yard line. Big sack by Leonard Williams of the Giants. And then on Dallas's final offensive play of the game, the pressure by the Giants' pass rush forced Andy Dalton to make an ill-advised throw that was intercepted in the end zone. So you look at it, and to me, this is another black eye, so to speak, on the career of Mike McCarthy. For so many years, he was the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, and for so many years, people questioned his decision-making as he basically rode the coattails of Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers while they were together. And you look at it for McCarthy, and less year by year, that championship that was won in 2010 seems less and less effective. You look at it right now, so many scenarios where McCarthy made bad decisions over the years with the Pack, and now he really hasn't learned from that as it doomed him today with the Dallas Cowboys. This was a Cowboys team that was hot. They were 3-9. I know that Dallas has had a slew of injuries all season long, most notably the quarterback Dak Prescott earlier in the first showdown with the Giants this season. But you look at it, Dallas won their last 3. They were playing the best football of any team coming into week number 17 from the NFC, and Mike McCarthy made that move. Big time mistake. And all I could say is it's a situation where Jason Garrett can no longer be blamed for this. Jason Garrett is currently the offensive coordinator for the Giants. I'm sure he didn't mind getting a little bit of sweet revenge at the sake of his former employer. And it's a situation right there, for so many years, people kept saying, well, Jason Garrett's a problem. Jason Garrett this, Jason Garrett that. And you look at it now and you have to say, well, guess what? It's not just Jason Garrett. It's a culture thing because the Dallas Cowboys, ever since they won that last Super Bowl at the end of the 1995 season, have consistently come up short. And who's been the owner? of the Dallas Cowboys over that tenure. Who's been the GM? Who's been the president? It's Jerry Jones. And of course, Jerry Jones thought he was getting a good football guy with Mike McCarthy. But at the end of the day, Mike McCarthy is not the football guy that everybody makes him out to be. And I think today was another shining example of that. So if you're the Dallas Cowboys, obviously your offseason has begun now. You have to find a way to retool this team heading into the 2021 NFL season. But at the end of the day, for the 53 guys that were on that roster today, Mike McCarthy did them a huge disservice by not challenging that play. At that point, even if you lose the timeout, it is definitely worth the risk. And to quote former Jets head coach, you play to win the game. McCarthy didn't do that today, and he really hindered the chances of Dallas winning the NFC East and getting to the postseason. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to thank all of you subscribers out there. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.